A street woman walked before the horses, show them the way. The great temple of Lord Tannis being one of the few places in Sorlost he had been careful to avoid going anywhere near, although it seemed to him he might lead them to a fire-wine den instead. He tried to remember how much he'd paid the last time. Little enough. He could have bought more of it. If he'd been left there, he could remember that. Really nearly managed to drink himself to death. The streets were almost empty now. Bodies and ruined buildings. At the high pinnacles of the city's towers his shadow beasts ate the hearts of those who had fled up and up. In the corners, the dark places, the best and worst of his men crouched and did things. The air was getting thick with flies. Every fly in the desert drawn back to Sorlost. Crows and carrion eaters, peth birds, larks, darting swallows, feasting on the flies that feasted on the dead, hawks to feast on the songbirds, jackals, wild dogs. The creatures of the desert would glut themselves. The people of the desert, those who had not fought in his army, were picking their way forward, wide-eyed, to marvel and to feast. They would never have seen as many people in all their lives, some of them, as they would see here, now, dead. He tried to see if he could recognize any of the streets. The court of the fountain he had known, but then he had known that anyway, before, from paintings and poems. The four corners on the street of the south. They'd got lost trying to find it, he remembered. Bloody hopeless, all of you. They'd got into a fight. Those pretty women who ran it, who'd smiled and flirted with him. And the armourer's shop, he thought, the feel of his hand closing around a sword hilt. The jeweller's shop, Landra shouting, gold and gems scattered at her feet. Like the floor after the children, Ty and Marith, had taken their golden city, thrown their mother's jewels about. I can't remember where it was, what it looked like, thank the gods, but I should like to visit the court of the broken knife again, he thought. The city bowed down before him, knelt, cowered, laid itself out for him, like a lover lying back, waiting. No, too kind to him, like a beaten dog. He had read more about this city than any other place in all the world. All his life he had dreamed of seeing it. He tried to think to himself, there's Imish, a great and powerful country, very large. I can sack their cities, burn the Imish forest, turn the waters of the river Imlane black with poisoned filth. They have great armies they will raise against me, strong, well-fed men and swift horses, fine armour made by skilled ironsmiths. He had sworn once, hadn't he, to kill every living soul in Skirnahay and Renaneth. And there were still a few other places yet unconquered. Turaine was shrieking out for his vengeance. Every stone, every roof tile, every bone in every child's body, the maggots crawling on the dead. Build my great monument to my glory on the southern shores of the Sea of Tears, where nobody will see it because nobody goes there. King of all Earlast, and all e'en dureth, he thought. Treacherous bastard, what I'll do to him. I'll need to sack Malth Tyranny all over again. It was lucky, he thought, that I lost my damned empire. I can indeed go round and conquer it all again. There was the wine shop he had had a drink in before he killed Emmett, wasn't it? No, not the same place. That place had been bigger, brighter, cleaner, much nicer. He glanced over at Thalia, who sat very straight in the saddle, her eyes flicking around the street, staring. She had seen him studying the wine shop, was studying it too, curious, trying to understand something. She saw his attention move to her, blinked and looked back at him. What? They both laughed at nothing, shrugged. It all felt very strange. I sat there for a while, she said, in the doorway there, I think. I remember the flowers growing by the door. The place was closed up. I didn't know what it was. I'd never seen a wine shop. Then a woman came and turned me off. Marith thought, we've both been kicked out of tavern doorways. Oh, I'm glad I know that. Marith thought, you'd never seen a wine shop. Well, no, I suppose you wouldn't have. Gods. We're almost there, Thalia said.